Peace and wisdom, Tina Hewley, Marcel Savago, and everyone else. Wise Solace speaking. This evening I want to do this deep video for you guys. Part 2 of the sacrifice party. Hopefully everyone's in good spirits. Give everyone a chance to get in here. Subscribe to the channel. Thumb me. And visit the website, upscaleknowledge.org. rwiseservant.org. I apologize, I almost forgot my own website. Peace and wisdom, Amka. Now I want to start here. Like I said, hopefully everyone's in good spirits. Now, if you're a black person or any person, the first thing I want to say is this. If you're not working with your people, then you're building up whoever you're working with. And so you want to try to make sure you always work with your people. And if you don't, just be mindful of that. And so this is an important thing in regards to your family and your people. You get my point? And so keep these things in mind. Of course, when you're dealing with blacks, we work all over the place. You get my point? Family is just something that's supposed to stick by us through thick and thin. But in regards to the whole shebang, so no, that's not, what we get. And so keep that in mind if you're young. Now I want to do this video discussing podcasts, no different than I did the entertainment or the music business sacrifice party video. I think I put the link to the part 1 in the description. That's the little arrow next to the title. Now let's get to the get down. You have the word predator. Of course, we all know a predator is something we coincide with rapists, child molesting rapists. You get my point? Now I want you guys to grasp. Predator doesn't just stop at child molesting and rape. Predator is a real thing that happens on every aspect of life. Think of our American government. We have soldiers. Most soldiers are recruited young. Peace and wisdom, Maurice Jones. Thank you for the give back. Like I said, most soldiers for the Army are recruited young. Teenager. Straight out of high school. And they're trained to kill and do the dirty work for the government. Of course, they grow up into it and become an adult. You get it? And more instilled in the way that they are, but it all started when they were a kid and they were recruited how they were. Same thing goes with gangs. Gangs recruit little kids. And then, of course, these little kids do the dirt and the killing for the elders in the gang. You can go to activist party, recruiting gangs, certain religious groups. The point I'm making is, predator doesn't just stop at molesting. You got a lot of different groups, from the smallest thing you could think of all the way to the government. You're preying on kids. Whenever you hear talk like it's about the kids or it's about the next generation of the babies, it's predator talk. You get my point? All an adult has to do is lead by perfect example. You get my point? You don't have to tell kids anything because kids are followers. And so as long as you're walking down the right path, they're gonna follow. You get my point? And so keep in mind these things. Like I said, we all have kids, we all have little children we related to in some way. And so try to be mindful of self before you go outside of self. So, okay, I see. Make sure the self doesn't have, the predator nature. Of course, these things is passed down. Most don't realize it. Meaning, if you were in a gang, you were recruited young, you grew up in a gang, and so you carry on the same traditions. The young got to put in their work for the old. Of course, it's not looked in a predator way to the gang member or to the U.S. Army or to any group you're talking about that's recruiting or being predators towards kids. It's just viewed as the tradition and the way things was because it happened to them. You get it? If I'm recruited into something when I'm young and I grow up in it, so now you young, you gotta put in your work. That's how it's viewed. And so you gotta look at how deep that can go. Meaning, if that's okay for that, then it's okay for all the people that have been molested and raped to molest and rape. And psychologically, you have to put it to that. You get it? They just following tradition. And so most ain't gonna view that as that. Y'all gonna say, hell no. If you got molested, you should know better than to molest. And so it's the same for the predators and the gangs and all the different other, you get it? Aspects of life where children are targeted. Meaning if you was recruited in a gang when you was young and you was forced to do a whole bunch of dumb shit, so let it be the same like the rape, like the molest victim. They should have enough mind to know not to go out and molest. And so, of course, that's not the reality of it. Like they say, most people who molest, they've been molested. And so most people that's being predators on any aspect of it, meaning it's deeper than molesting. That's just one aspect of a predator's nature. And so be mindful of every act. Be mindful of every action that coincides with being a predator. Because it's only one target, the children. And so be mindful of these things. Now, before I get into the internet, I do want to say one important thing. The virus is real because a lot of you guys are still confused on the virus. Virus are always real. You don't have to ever question that. And viruses are always going to go through their mutations or their evolution. Of course, it starts before virus. It starts in bacteria. Before that. But the point I'm making is the virus is real. It's the cure that's not real. You get my point? Meaning y'all ain't getting cured for COVID, but so like if you going to get a shot and all that, see this is the lie part. You get my point? Y'all getting shots and booster shots and where's the cure at? And until you find that, stop playing games with people. Stop playing games with people's arms and noses. It's just crazy when you think about it. And so when you're dealing with viruses, all viruses are basically alchemy, sorcery. When I say alchemy, I'm talking about chemistry. When you're dealing with virus, you're dealing with the alchemy of smells of substances. Smells are substances. If you're confused, alchemy is basically chemistry on a deeper level. When you're dealing with sounds or smells, you're dealing with air. But of course, you have the atomic level of life within it. It's your science. Mixing and merging atoms. Playing God, basically. But, so it starts there. Now, when you're dealing with alchemy, you have alchemy of smells. You have alchemy of sounds. You have alchemy of substances. When I say alchemy, I'm speaking chemistry. If you're lost, chemistry is when you mix and merge things. And so again, when you're dealing with the sorcerer, he has his alchemy of smells, alchemy of sounds, alchemy of substances. This is the mix and immersion of different substances. That's your roots. Of course, the substances is coming from the plants. When you're dealing with your alchemy of sounds, when you're dealing with alchemy of sounds, this is where it gets really good. This is your language. I forgot this. I skipped over that part. When you're dealing with alchemy of sounds, of course, alchemy, sorcery, we're talking about afflicting a person. Could be for good, could be for bad. You get it? Good sorcerer, bad sorcerer. All dependent, all dependent on what they decide to create with their alchemy. You get it? They're mixing and merging. Now, when you're dealing with alchemy of sounds, of course, you got vowels: I, E, O, and the many arrangements of these sounds. Of course, you got consonants. These are your clicks. They change. They changed the sound or the vowel. Ah, that's an A sound. Put a C in front of it. Ka, put a B in front of it. Ba changes the sound. So you have your vowels and your consonants, or you have your sounds. Each individual sound. Ah, E, I. You get it? Each individual click. Ba, ka, da. You get it? The mixing and merging of these sounds to create word. We know that as a language, but that's a sorcery on the mind, bounce the mind. In that you can control a person's actions. This is why you guys want y'all kids to learn, like how to speak. Until a kid can speak, you can't really control it like that. Same way y'all teach y'all dogs and pets, come get my slippers. Like it has to learn your language, or there has to be some sort of connection. Of course, colonizers come. They interact with indigenous men. Indigenous people communicate however they do. Usually they respect vowels, so they speak in clicks. Like African tribes. Clicks. Consonants only. But the point I'm making is colonizers come, pass on their language to the people. And so this is how they control the mind or control the flow of things. We know the language. We know all the stories and belief systems and things that come with the language. And so this is your sorcery or alchemy of sounds. Of course, you have it with smells as well. This is where you get your virus. Meaning on your levels of airs and the alchemies of it. So you have your alchemies of sound. That's one aspect of air. And this is how you create language and all the psychological attacks of the alchemy. Meaning the language, the arrangements of sounds, these things, these are the psychological attacks against your mind. That's the language. Then you have the smells. Smell is an aspect of air, meaning y'all words is a sound. Of course, y'all words is air, but it's a sound, and they got a smell. Doo-doo smell. Sorry. I'm trying to keep this one, try to keep this one professional, but your words have a sound and then it has a smell. Doo-doo smell, like I said. The mixing of smells. This is how you get your substance. I suppose you get your substance either way, because you have your atoms within the airs, and when atoms come together, you get your molecules, or substance. You get my point? Meaning atoms is just within the air. When they come together, then they become visible as substance, are molecule. So you can't see what's in the air, but so it's there. And so this understanding is your ancient sorcery or alchemy. Now, when you're dealing with virus, like I said, the virus is not a lie, but the cure part is. And so be mindful on the cure part. A vaccination or immunization shot is just like stabilizing the virus. Don't got nothing to do with curing it. And so, like I said, the virus part is real. It's the cure part that's a lie. Or, the vaccine shot part. That ain't doing nothing for y'all. I'm sure y'all know that already. And so most of y'all got it for y'all jobs anyway. So, meaning most of y'all got it for money purposes. You put your morals aside for these things. So, hopefully y'all be well with you. Peace and wisdom, Griffmatic. Thanks again for the gift back, Maurice Sir Jones. Now, let's get into the podcasting cult. Let's start from the beginnings of things. The same way you had the music business, remember? Well, you're probably young, so you don't know. In the early music business or rap, dudes used to rap in the park. Kind of like the battle rappers had a little thing. But dudes would rap in the park and around the neighborhood, make songs, house parties, basketball games out in the park. These songs to get played. You get my point? DJs will make mixtapes. DJs will sell these mixtapes, put these different rappers on these tapes. Now, rap is not a TV thing, a radio thing. It's just a neighborhood thing. You get my point? It don't got no real value outside of the DJs. Of course, the DJs, they getting paid to do house parties. They making little tapes. They pretty much the music industry or the rap business. The DJs. These people are black. DJ and shit. They the business. But DJ tell you to pull up and spit a rhyme, so it's like getting signed. Like, yo, I'm gonna be performing tonight. Because ain't nobody paying you no money if you get ain't nobody pay. It's like if you ain't got no label behind you, ain't nobody paying you no goddamn mind. You just a fool. That ain't the reality of it, but you get my point. So back in the day you had the little music or rap thing. For the most part controlled by the DJs, the rappers rapped. White people swoop down in there. Just like that. There. Man, they swoop down in there. In the same way they took the music business part. You get my point? Meaning the music business is basically like the DJ was, meaning they distribute the music. In that, black people gotta sell out to these companies, but it's their thing. But they let it get taken some kind of way. You get my point? In that same way, the podcast is used no different. Meaning, before you had podcasting in YouTube, you had like Feds and Don Diva magazines, interviewing magazines basically. You had like Smack, Doggy Diamonds. You get my point? These is DVD people that just walk around, basically what y'all see on YouTube, doing it on camera. Smack, Sub-Zero, Don Diva, not Don Diva, Doggy Diamonds, a bunch of people. Well, not a bunch, but a good few. All black. So they're like documenting the culture. Basically what y'all do on YouTube now. When y'all be like, oh, this happened and this happened with that person and blah, blah, blah. They're doing this in magazine through DVDs. You see how the podcast business swooped in, stole that whole format, create a monetization system of it, and now all these people have to sell out what they created, meaning they have to sell out to the people that's in control of what they created. When that happens, now these people get to control the narrative and the path that the culture takes. You see my point? So in the early times of rap was all to the hip hop. It was more bringing awareness to things, if anything. And then you had a lot of partying, good energy music. And then every now and then you would have, broken glass everywhere. But this is more of bringing enlightenment to like what the hell is going on in the neighborhood. You need help. It wasn't about like I got a big gun and I bust my shit. But you get my point? When you get to the NWA times, this is when you got the music business. White Boy done swooped down and already changed the flow somewhat, or the path of the culture. And so this is how we get to where we at, where y'all are competing. It become a dog eat dog thing. You get it? Meaning, y'all let these white corporations steal what black people create. In that, black people gotta sell out to the corporations. Then it become a dog eat dog thing because they control the culture. And so in that, they can control how y'all like fight each other. And so, you get my point? Meaning this go deeper than... It's the same story every time. Meaning if you black, you got to start to open your eyes. It's the same tricks every generation. Different toilet paper. Same shit though. So in my time, you had rap. Wasn't no money in it, then it was money in it, and then that's when things got strange. Meaning Big and Pac, they cool, then it become dog eat dog. But this is all a matter of the music business part, and this is controlled by white people. Now, you take that same formula, and it's done in the podcasts or the YouTube realms, no different. You get my point? Meaning, black people start going against one another for a shot at fame. This particular fame they chasing is something they created to begin with. You get my point? And so, when we have power, we give it away. Or we use it to assist what oppresses us. I'll give y'all an example. You have the recent Joe Rogan thing. Now, I'm not sure why y'all confused all white people call niggas niggas. Like, fucking 2022 and y'all still like... That's when you know you in stupid times. When it's like, come on, get real. Y'all lie to yourselves. Meaning y'all a sellout nation. Like I said, white people stole y'all culture. Then y'all kiss their ass to be in y'all culture. You get my point? So it's like a sellout thing. Y'all, Doggy Diamond Sub-Zeros, one of these people supposed to be like Vlad, being as though these things kind of started with them. And regardless of that, they the culture. You get my point? Meaning they black, they are the culture. All the black people gonna sell out and go on Vlad TV because he bigger. But they make him bigger. You get my point? It's like a weird, strange thing we do. You get it? We give power. We give power and view it as we getting something. Like, give away rap and then go sign to people that we gave this shit to and then act like, yeah, I got... You get my point? All the black people go on Vlad TV, and yeah, that may help y'all in some way because Vlad is big, and when y'all go, y'all help to make Vlad bigger. But the perspective is viewed as Vlad is helping y'all and Vlad is lit. Vlad's whole channel is built up off the culture that he not a part of. How this channel get big? Because y'all be selling out. Meaning this have nothing to do with Vlad, have nothing to do with Adam 22. You can do the same with Adam 22. Say, how did Adam 22 get so big in the black culture? Because niggas be selling out in that way. You get my point? Now you have, like I said, you got a bunch of black podcasters that been doing it since DVD days. But Adam 22 is gonna pass them. Vlad gonna make sure of it. See, Vlad control the podcast thing. He got a lot to say. He's like Joe Rogan. In an aspect. I don't want you to get lost. And so, a lot of podcast shows they got like their little groups. This podcast cool with that podcast, and you get it? And so if you see this person on Vlad, then you're gonna see him on Adam 22, then you're gonna see him on this, then you're gonna get it. You can almost see the link. Like, okay, that's that group. And what the main purpose of this is for, meaning if you're black, you're using online to, get a name for yourself, and maybe that can get you some revenue. Now, when you're dealing with the corporations and, your white podcasters, your Adam 22s, your Vlads, they use this thing to manipulate and control the path the culture takes, like I said. You get my point? It ain't about the money for them. It's about buying you niggas and controlling the path the culture take. You get my point? When Doggy Diamonds and all these niggas was doing a DVD thing and interviewing people, who was going to jail? That part. See how y'all missed that part? Vlad ain't telling he ain't the cops. It wouldn't matter if he the cops, if he telling, or if he ain't doing nothing. What matters is that when he do it, then y'all end up in the fucking pokey. You get my point? And so, be mindful of these things. That's the best way I can tell y'all. Meaning, y'all create your own oppressors in perspective. Meaning a bunch of people in the music business got a problem with Vlad, but these are the same people that made Vlad who he is today. From your Rick Rosses to whoever you could think of that got a problem with Vlad or don't like him, Lord Jamal, whoever, even as recent as Lord Jamal and them. Whoever don't like Vlad, they put so much time into building him up. Them. You get my point? We like the sellout nation, the easily manipulated nation. And so it's just like a predator. They bribe y'all with the things that y'all lack or the things y'all want. When you're dealing with entertainment, they're going to always reach for the lacking. Meaning this is why everybody in entertainment got a poverty story. Same way everybody in Hollywood got a poverty story. You already heard it. They was homeless, sleeping in a car in Hollywood, then they made it. Isn't that the story? Kevin Hart's story, Tiffany Haddish story, any goddamn person you could think of from Hollywood, same story. They was broken, poor, and struggling, then they made it. You get my point? It make you wonder, why these rich people keep coming down to the poverty? Why not just use y'all own rich people to just... That part. And they use the poor to manipulate the poor. Meaning this is a manipulation thing and an agenda thing. And so behind the scenes of things, black people are getting opportunity to become the voice and the manipulator of a higher power. Things they ain't even considering. You get my point? And so it's like that. Give you an example. Y'all say civilians can rat. That came from Vlad. Y'all don't realize that. Now that's the stupidest thing in life that'll get you killed. And I'm sure it's gotten a few people killed in the streets. But this ain't gonna make it to the news. You get my point? Like that. Painting an agenda, manipulate the path the culture takes. Now, Vlad just did that because they was calling him a rat. You get my point? And so I'm just giving you that on a smaller scale. It's a manipulation game. They use the top podcasters like agents for the agenda. You get my point? So the companies, your elites, your whites, they have their agendas. And all the stars you ever seen in life are recruited to, to promote that agenda, whatever it may be at the moment. In the meantime, they can look shiny and nice because this is going to build them up. So it's like playing puppeteer. I'm going to make you shiny and make you look all nice. That's going to make people like you. When people like you and want to be like you, then they going to listen to you because they think you got opportunity for them. Now, what you going to do is whatever the fuck I tell you. You get my point? It's not said in that way, but when agenda time comes, so you get my point? You see how they control how black people just backed up off R. Kelly? That part. You see how anything, you see how Bernie Sanders is running for president, now Cardi B is in politics, but we know goddamn well she don't care about that. But she's the voice, meaning she's either paid or manipulated, or oh, we gonna open up more opportunity for you for later, favor thing. However it works, they become the voice to tell people their own to do things that people we wouldn't fucking listen to. You get my point? Meaning y'all are manipulated by the stars y'all love, and they are used to make y'all go with certain things by people y'all wouldn't pay no goddamn mind to. You get my point? And so it's like a sellout nation, a sacrifice nation. And that's what online has become. You get my point? When most people are thinking, I want to get a podcast show, they're not thinking, I want to get a podcast show to put out truth. They thinking they want to get a podcast show to fit in to get lit. And so whatever's the trending topic, whatever's the trending foolery, however it comes to it, they looking to fit into that. You get my point? And so, grasp. Y'all all fall into an agenda that I think y'all know is an agenda, but like I said, they bribe y'all with y'all desires and y'all desperation. People got fucked up situations, they'll change it. Next thing you know, you get my point? Meaning this is the new manipulation. This the new manipulation tool. This the new crack. The new gang, the new gun. You get my point? It's like dropping this shit off in the hood. Everybody in the hood jumping online. Niggas in the hood ain't got the right kind of minds all the time though. And so you get my point? It become a strange thing. Y'all all upload on here like a cult. Those of y'all that can be used for the agenda are used, and the rest of y'all are swept away, knocked into jail and strange shit. Meaning Tasha K might go to jail and she might be the first of a bunch of you big motherfuckers because y'all have all said things that can incriminate y'all. And so unless you about to erase every goddamn video you got, meaning when you on that gossip time, that's why I stay away from that. I stick with the wisdom. Now, if you know you hold a gossip podcast where you talking about the latest things that happen, well, you ain't got to question if you got something in your content somewhere against somebody that could get you sued and arrested. It just ain't come to that. It ain't your time yet. You get my point? It's like a cult. All will be sacrificed when needed. Y'all all on standby for later. It's like Casanova. He in jail right now for an interview that he did way before he landed in jail, but that was for later. AR-Rab the same. They in jail for shit they did earlier, and it was held for later. A lot of y'all in that same bracket right now. It's like when drugs first came out. Niggas was selling that crack, getting locked up. They was letting them go. They like, oh shit, they letting niggas go. Because crack coming back as baking soda. The fuck out of here. Crack was coming back as cocaine. But they let you niggas go so more niggas can sell it. Once everybody get comfortable, like, yeah, this crack shit, you could sell it, don't nobody even know it's crack. Then magically they just know now it's crack and all you niggas got swept up. Again, they always knew it was crack. What do you think? Baking soda makes cocaine disappear? Meaning if they take crack and they send it to the testing lab, it's gonna come back cocaine and baking soda. It wouldn't just come back as baking soda. And so if you believe that stupid lie of old, that they was letting drug dealers go when crack first came out because it was coming back as baking soda, that's just what they was letting you niggas believe. You get my point? Meaning no cop told no crook that. This is just what a crook assumed when they let him go. Say, shit, I got crack, they let me go. I don't think they know what this is yet. But they know. And so you get my point? Once people get comfortable doing what they do, smack down. You get my point? And so it's the same with online. Y'all on here killing people, fighting, spreading lies. A lot of y'all gonna get sued later. Meaning you don't know who you're gonna be later. Like, be mindful of that. And so you get my point? If you black, you pretty much on here setting yourself up for a demise for later. And they know this. It's just a new tool to bring black people down. And the new tool to make y'all go against each other the same way crack and the guns was dropped off in the neighborhood. And give this gang crack, give this gang guns, and let them begin competing with each other. Same with online. Let them all get a channel. And tell them that we paying. And black people gonna sign up for anything that's paying. And so let the disrespecting games between y'all start. Let the competing of who could be more lit start. Let the slander, let this, let that start. Amongst black people though. Mind you, this is all stuff that we started in the streets. Like I said, Doggy Diamonds. Man, I heard through the wind, Doggy Diamonds, Silent, and a few other people blackballed me. But you get my point? It's supposed to be Doggy Diamond, Sub-Zero, Kevin Childs. I think he did the Don Diva. Meaning it starts from fucking magazines before you even got to camera. And so you see my point? They get knocked to the side. Then you have like Vlad Adam 22, and you have a bunch of other white podcasters pushed up, and then they gonna control the narrative and the path that the culture go. That part. And then in that, y'all gonna be competing amongst each other of who could kiss they ass. Cause it's all gonna boil down to an ass kissing game. And so be mindful. Now, you see how I said Sarnetta Doggy Diamonds blackball me? So you see how we go against ourselves. Like that. Meaning, we do the work for the elites when they don't even need it. They don't even ask. Meaning, y'all will tear down one another when the elites don't even ask y'all to do it. You get my point? And so you don't gotta question when they say like do this or do that, it's gonna get done. You get my point? Look at when Charleston White said that he raped white chicks. Then you had like Whack 100 and them say, yeah, we gotta get him canceled. You say, I know just how to do it. We gonna chop that video up, we gonna put it out and meaning y'all already picked up the science from the white boys. This ain't how black people handle their problems. This is strange white boy shit. But we learn. So now you got Whack, a black man from the hood. He said, man, we chopped that video up, put it out over here, put it out over there, put it out over there. We gonna get Charleston White canceled. So you see, it's a strategy to it. Now, black on black, always. Meaning, behind the scenes, they using y'all to cancel one another out. Because y'all desperate. Some of y'all do it because you signed to this company or corporation, so you look at it like the streets. I fuck with this nigga, so if he got a problem, I got one. But you can't do that with the corporations. These is white entities. They don't give a fuck about you. You're supposed to know from jump. They just using you for your talent or what, your mouthpiece. Meaning you popular. And so they don't care that you popular, but like if they need you to say something on their behalf, push something on their behalf, you're going to do it. It's like sponsorship. And say, man, go check out this product, man. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all know how it go with the podcasters. They have different sponsors, things that they promote. People pay them, they promote these things for these people. Now, the point I'm making with that little example is for like the mouthpiece. If this company that you signed to say, yo, we shitting on R. Kelly, fuck that. So then they gonna get on a podcast that day and kind of make jokes on R. Kelly, and you get it? Help the agenda to bring the brother down. Whoever it may be. It could be R. Kelly or whoever. But you get it? All the podcasts that's signed to that corporation, they gonna all come together and use their notoriety to try to sway the public in whichever direction they choose. You get my point? And so the point I'm telling y'all is this is not a thing that's truly used. They want y'all to believe this is something that you fuck with and you gonna get rich. Like it's the new rap. Black people not gonna get rich. Y'all channel gonna keep getting demonetized. You get my point? Meaning the young Pharaoh, the Tasha K's, anybody, y'all all, it's gonna be the same shit. Y'all gonna always have monetization issues unless y'all just completely tacky. Where you like helping so much. Bring like the culture all the way down. But outside of that, y'all gonna always have monetization problems. Y'all gonna always get kicked the fuck off Instagram. Meaning everything you see ain't by mistake and it's only with one class of people. Meaning y'all only ones having Instagram issues. Boosie gonna get kicked off every week. There's probably a white boy on Instagram. He probably come on that bitch butt naked. You know, like his whole dick swing, he don't even care. He got naked chicks walking around. They don't care about this nigga. Boosie gonna get canceled. He gonna get his Instagram snatched every month. And so it's gonna be the same with the rest of y'all. They gonna keep interfering with y'all monetization. Where it string you along type thing. But after that, then we get hit with the big shebang. Meaning y'all either wind up getting locked up, get caught up in some tax shit. They know exactly what they doing. They giving everybody enough rope to hang themselves. They know y'all don't know business. They control business. They change business how they choose. I mean, as soon as black people start learning the rap business, they say, man, we gonna all get us our own labels. They canceled that shit. Now you got YouTube. You niggas labels don't even matter. Young nigga just throw his shit up online. You see how the label work? See, in the past, the label had to come out there, find the artist, get the artist money, help build him up, make him lit. The label had to do so fucking much. In the daytimes, they figured it out. Man, we let these niggas build their own fucking self up. Let them make their own money, then we could just swoop down in there and sign them and take it. That's what's happening. Your artist in today's time is building himself up to be lit enough and make enough money so that he could sell out to the label to reach a bigger audience but lose the revenue. You get it? When that nigga was independent, he killing it. He gonna lose some of that revenue to the label. But they gonna give him more reach for more people to hear him. So it's like a trade. He gonna look at it like, well, fuck it, that's better. But the label ain't like the past, where they giving these niggas a closed budget and this budget and that budget. They scooping them up after they already made they self-lit. You get it? And so all they truly offering is a bigger platform. Nigga, you already know how to upload your shit to Spotify. You get it? We ain't press it. They not pressing it. Nothing. It's nothing for a label to do at this point. Money-wise. It don't cost them nothing to send you on a Breakfast Club. That's a part of the business. You get my point? These radio shows are a part of the music industry. You get my point? You send the artist over, you gonna kick your little check or something, or slide you a little something later. It's a part of the whole business together thing. You get my point? Like a sponsorship thing. This label might be sponsoring this radio show. And so the artist gonna be on there. However it work, It's a together thing. I'm saying that so you could grasp it. Don't cost the label nothing to deal with an artist in the daytime. Meaning whatever deal you signing, the label getting more than the artist. But the label don't got no expenses anymore. Because you niggas built your own self up. Y'all have people reaching out to y'all for shows on y'all own. You get my point? The artist in the daytime do everything by himself. Make himself rich, make himself a star, then the label just coming in like I said. We gonna make you get more reach. And so it's like a using thing. In the past, it was somewhat where you like, well, they do gotta do a lot. You get my point? In the daytimes, they don't gotta do nothing. It's like Predator thing. You build yourself up, I swoop in. I seem like the higher power, the better authority. And so y'all all do what y'all do, meaning sell yourselves out. It's a deep thing, try to grasp. Most sell themselves out, like I said. And then we become under the power. Meaning, you get my point? Y'all gonna kill each other and fight each other for a shot to be on DJ Academics. You get my point? And DJ Academics gonna do whatever podcast company he signed to tell him. Because they'll threaten to cancel them niggas. You get my point? You got Gillian Wallow podcast. If they tell Gillian Wallow to tell y'all a specific thing, are they gonna snatch their podcast away? They gonna do it. That's anybody y'all could think of. If you say I don't think so, well they wouldn't do it already. Well they quit already. Like that. And so, like I said, the big corporations got agendas, and so the podcasters become the agents for their agendas. They talk about whatever they want, but when it's time for them to like slam somebody or push some new agenda, like get a COVID shot or whatever, so you get it, they gotta earn their keep. And it don't matter if they realize like, damn, what I'm doing is wrong. I don't need to be telling these people that. They gonna do it anyway, or they job gonna get threatened. And so grasp. Said people forget you can buy views. Yeah, I put a post up not too long ago on showing people that they stay offering me to buy views. That's how most of the people y'all see like get lit. They just buy views. It don't make you lit though. It's just like a trick for anybody watching you, but you ain't get shit out of that. You just, like I said, this shit is a scam against us. Y'all get on YouTube, y'all buy videos, all type of shit. It's deep. Be mindful, but this shit is a trick against us. Now I want to go into something a little deeper. If anyone wants to give back, y'all can click the description arrow. While I take my quick break, because this is just depressing. Generation after generation, just stupid. You get caught in the same psychological dumb shit. Just do like the ancestors used to do. Kick back, roll up some peace, chill by the forest fire. Chill by the little campfire. You just think how black people get dumber and dumber every generation, and it's dependent on their desperation. Meaning they promote this fake ass lifestyle of y'all, and y'all all eat it up. And the stars help to promote this fake lifestyle. Meaning a lot of them in debt. That's how that business work. Give you a lot of toys and trinkets. The next thing you know, you in debt. And you gotta work so hard. Never could quit. If you wondering like why your favorite star such a baller but still gotta work, that nigga owes so much shit. I'm gonna be working forever. And so the nice shit he got just to make him feel better for that point. Working to get some corporation back rich because they done lied and told him that he owes some kind of way. Put a bunch of shit in his name. He got a whole bunch of burdens he owe for every month and every year. And you get my point? And so it's a deep thing. We get stringed along in these ways. From our desperation, deep manipulation games. And so be mindful of these if you're young. You know how they say everything that glitter ain't gold? Usually that's the truth. And so I apologize, I forgot my pad. Keep me in my place. Now I want to discuss something. Just to give y'all an example how we gonna fail on this, we gonna fall into every trap they got for us. I know most of y'all familiar with Charleston White, and he's beefing with the gangs, the Bloods and the Crips. I'm gonna say this first. If black people tearing each other down so you got the grass, we uplifting somebody. Meaning whoever happy about that shit, right? Hey, you tearing a black person down, always remember that. Whoever don't like black, man, you making them so happy. You feel me? You doing good works for them. Now, Charleston White is tearing down the gangs. Most of y'all will say this is a good thing. Gangs is evil, man. They out here, you get it, fucking up the kids. And I don't disagree with that. Here's the problem. The gangs are the only form of unity that we know. Meaning this is how stupid we are as black people. Only time we unify is for negativity. So the gangs is the only form of unifying that we know. Now I'm not saying the gangs, I'm not saying Charleston White wrong for tearing down the gangs, but I'm just saying if you tear down the gangs, you tearing down unity as well. Because I know y'all don't think once the gangs get tore down, that's the only unity that we know. Even if it's negative or not, that's all that example we got of unity. You get my point? And so if that's ripped away, y'all gonna be more dog eat dog than y'all are now. Meaning the gangs need to be put on a higher level of intellect, not tore down. Y'all already unified to tear down the gang. You could, it's the same amount of energy to just fix their perspective. What are you gonna tear the gang down to then bring people back together? The point is for black people to be unified, right? So then we could tear the gangs down first. You don't gotta tear down nothing. You just gotta make everything right. Meaning the gangs, it's like I said in the previous video, COINTELPRO created Bloods and Crips. That's why I fall under the blue and red. You know, Democrat, Republican, red coats, blue coats. They created that. That's their orders. And all the little street gangs, you know, that represent their neighborhood, their street corner. They all begin to fall under red and blue. Even the Mexican gangs, worldwide, everybody fall under red and blue, like firemen and police officers. So like I said, I have the COINTELPRO video where I explain how that's truly a government thing. They started that. Now, this was a psychological attack, meaning the gangs, drugs, mainly crack. These things were psychological attacks against the people in the neighborhood. Of course, off y'all greed. Those that need to make money, they gonna sell a crack. they're going to use their gun to rob somebody or something. But this is going to happen amongst they self. You get my point? Psychological tricks. Now, most gang members ain't psychologists, so they ain't going to know that. Meaning Charleston White got the wrong fight. You see how we pick up a fight and it always be a black face on the other end? It cancels out the point. Meaning he doing good work speaking against the gangs, but it's still black people. There's so much of a shit to speak against. Like COINTELPRO creating this shit. But you see how we don't have the higher intellect to see the bigger picture. You get it? Meaning I can go at the gangs and say, yeah, the Bloods and Crips is wrong. They basically predators on the young. No different than a molester. Except they making this kids do other things. Molesting them too. Because when you're dealing with gangs, you're dealing with boy groups. You're talking about homo shit of old. That carried over. This shit go deep. Back in the day, a gang was a prison thing. It started as a town thing before prisons. But you know, the bully. The bully was a rapist. Bully a bunch of boys to be down with his gang, then he molest them. They do whatever he say and shit. Like it's like a little homosexual party. So you're gonna always see strange things. That's the more that's gonna always carry over. But the point I'm making is we fallen into psychological games the government playing on the race. And then we keep looking to attack the sellouts in our race instead of going for the whole point. Meaning we sell out to the greater good, attacking our own. You get my point? Charleston White can attack the gangs. But like I said, attack the higher orders. Now he might be a part of these higher orders. He's a big podcaster. Like that. And so you see how it always turns back to where we clash out. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something deep. When COINTELPRO created the gangs, meaning when COINTELPRO created gangs and gave it to the black people, if you confused, go watch the video COINTELPRO that I made. But when they created the gangs and gave it to the black people, of course, this was to derail all the political parties we had. These is intellectual parties. So the government did what I said. Remember when I said the gangs is already unified. Ain't no need to tear them down, just fix their perspective. So the government did that in reverse. They said, shit, the political parties is already unified. All we gotta do is change their perspective. Meaning they unified on intellectual conversations. They trying to grow as a people, man. We can't have that. But it's cool because they already unified. So all we got to do is change their perspective and then they could just tear themselves down in unity. It'll go faster that way. Like, instead of like fucking them over one by one, they already grouped up. Blood, ain't no need to like just change their perspective. They can wipe each other. Hit it. So that's my point. They gave us the gangs. It made our political parties disappear. We just like attacked each other. Now the point I'm making is this. When they gave us the gangs, the drugs, I'm sure you hear a lot of stories of, old timers saying that cops used to drop off barrels of guns in the hood. Just like in the daytimes when the riot popped up and y'all like, damn, it was just bricks sitting on the corner. Like, hey, who put all them bricks on the corner? Who put that whole bomb on the corner like that? You know, you can leave a whole bomb there. It ain't activated yet, but it got the instructions and shit. Like, turn it on like this. It's just sitting there. You like, this is too good to be true. A whole bomb right in the middle of a riot. Some of y'all probably had that happen to y'all. You like, damn, I found the gun right in the middle of the riot. It was just sitting right there. 5 of them. Like, next to a whole stack of bricks. I don't know who delivered those to the riot. They play games with people in the community, but y'all don't pick up on it. Y'all be so desperate, like, fuck that, get them bricks, we throwing those. Going in these stores, but the point I'm making is this. When they gave black people the gangs, the drugs, and the guns, and they gave this to us so we could, like, self-destruct and kill ourselves, which we did. They gave us everything we needed to be in power. But we so fucking dumb. You know what I mean? They gave us gangs, which helped us to unify. Because nobody unifies better than gang members. Unless you about to show me another thing that we got in the black community where people just willing to do shit. People willing to just unify and go by the same stuff. Gang members. Y'all will come together pretending y'all together, but you get my point? Gang members come together and they really believe in the same shit. The set. Now the point I'm making is this. They gave us gangs that unified y'all. And they gave us guns. We ain't had to use them on each other. And they gave us drugs, which is means to get wealthy. But we ain't had to sell it to ourselves. Meaning we so fucking dumb, the things that they do to us, it can empower us, but we're stupid. I'ma say it again. They dropped guns off in the neighborhood. They gave us gangs and drugs. We sell the drugs to ourselves. Use the guns to kill each other. And then we form together in gangs to fuck over the other gang, which is each other. Again, they gave us everything we needed to be good. Meaning they gave us unity. They gave us a means to protect that unity with weapons. And they gave us drugs, which y'all could sell anybody y'all want. Not each other and get rich. Don't get lost, all races do this. Meaning Italians get drugs, but then they make niggas sell it. But they still gonna recoup the finances off the shit. Same as the government. They gonna let the shit slip through in the country, but they gonna get the finances off it when they lock you niggas up and take all y'all drugs. And then make however much money they make a year off an inmate. It's like a double whammy, like. Y'all don't understand. It's a deep thing. Trying grass. Jay McReal said, too bad our time is running out. Speak for yourself, champ. My time good. I know what you're talking about, champ. My time good. Devontae Morgan said, ain't nobody else speaking about this topic. Man, because they podcasters. What the fuck do you think they gonna say some shit and get their whole shit? They ain't trying to get fired. You think they want to get kicked out the podcasting game, baby? To tell y'all some shit y'all ain't gonna even do nothing about. Y'all still gonna follow the shit. So you get my point? Not the grass. Y'all in a world where, like, a dead animal costs more than a living one. A chinchilla coat costs way more than a chinchilla. You ain't even got to check. You ain't even got to look that up. A chinchilla costs way more than a chinchilla animal. And so, costs more money to die than it is to be born. How much did it cost your mama to give birth to you? That part. Shut up. Little to nothing. How much it cost to bury y'all? More than it cost when you was born. So you gotta know where you live. In a place that, worship and respect death. And dead things. And so, be mindful of these things. This is where the morality is. Meaning we taught to kind of be upside down. Our morals, that is. And so, if you black, you be mindful of this online thing, especially if you one of the high up blacks that's in the podcast business and you selling out a lot in that way, where you telling the public certain things that you know ain't true because the corporation, got you on agenda time, acting like you care about things you truly don't. So it's like a blackballing thing. It's like a tool. If these people want to slander this side, you get it? It become like a goofy thing, but it's a strategy to it. But no one has to play it because it truly don't work or do anything. You get my point? Y'all gonna follow whoever. You get my point? It's just some stupid shit we fall into and convince ourselves like, no, that shit really work, and all the dumb little scandalous shit we do behind the scenes work. Shit don't do nothing. Just serving a higher order. You get it? And we do this against our own. Nobody else. Meaning some of y'all are taking up for Joe Rogan, hoping like maybe he might see and put in a good word for me. So it's like I said, when we do have the power to do things, then we give it away, trying to kiss ass. Meaning y'all supposed to all be on here slamming the fuck out of Joe Rogan like y'all all did Bill Cosby and R. Kelly when they manipulated y'all to do that shit against y'all own. Y'all was all on here slam dancing on them niggas. But y'all not slam dancing on Joe Rogan in that way. Why? I seen Aries Spears half a like taking up for Joe Rogan. I said the ass kisses is real. Meaning y'all desperate for opportunity. Y'all will really like sell the fuck out. Y'all only got bitter problems against black people. And so again, y'all all supposed to be slamming Joe Rogan, going hard, trying to get this nigga locked up like y'all did R. Kelly. It don't matter if he said nigga 10 years ago. You can go to jail for that shit in the daytime. What they call it? Racial attack, something like that. And then nigga got to get locked up for that shit, blood. You can't. Nigga said he pulled up to a neighborhood. He was right in the Planet of the Apes. That's 3 years in Folsom, nigga. That's 3 years in Elmira. That's 3 years some fucking where. You can't talk in that manner. There's a bunch of people in jail right now for like, what is it called? Racial? That's a racial attack. Meaning if you got the homosexual attack and if you say the wrong thing to a homosexual, you lose everything you got, end up in jail, getting raped and shit. Now they gonna make you a homo so you can understand, like, now call me a homo. Same shit gotta happen to Joe Rogan when he called people nigga. It doesn't matter. Meaning Joe Rogan he gotta go down. He gotta be the sacrifice for all the rest of the white people that always say nigga when nobody sees them. And so I stand on that. I know my channel gonna get blackballed. That's why I say I hope y'all give back. See, only a few of y'all did, getting real low on y'all manners and y'all morals. But like I said, I stand on that. Joe Rogan got to go to jail. He been manipulating people for too long. He been a puppet for the system for too long, lying to people for too long. Joe Rogan be saying shit that I know he know is a lie. I be like, Joe Rogan, cut the fuck out. You older nigga. I know. Joe Rogan don't believe in aliens and all that dumb shit he be talking about. You get my point? But y'all got to be mindful, like I said. And Joe Rogan don't care that he said y'all was niggas. He's still trying to figure out, like, who the fuck even cares, like, at this point. But he cared like he might get canceled and lose his money. Meaning he apologizing because he's like, sorry he might lose his money. He not sorry. He said, nigga, y'all even heard him. Real shit. Meaning if you get caught calling motherfuckers niggas and you like, well, let me get on here and apologize. That mean you bold. You don't even got no shame to care. Like, shit, I feel a little embarrassed. I don't want them to see me yet. I got hella black friends. They gonna fuck. That's not his real life. He ain't got no fucking black friends, so he don't even care. Like, let me go ahead and do this quick video so I don't get canceled. He already probably got money saved up and shit, so he really don't care. But he like, if I could save my job, fuck it. Get another quick 400 million-ish, yeah, well, if I can pull it off, whatever, but I'm good anyway. And so you feel me? You wouldn't give a fuck. And so y'all need to be pushing a knife on that. Joe Rogan got to go down. I know he molested a little black baby somewhere. I'm just playing. Y'all go find if he molested somebody. It's something somewhere, baby. Find it. And so that's how the podcast game work. I just gave y'all a perfect example. You get it? They say, man, Joe Rogan fucked up. If he was black, they say Joe Rogan fucked up. Go find some more shit. I'm sure he raped somebody. He did something. Go find it. If you can't, we gonna doctor up something. But he got to go. It's a manipulation and an agenda game. Y'all as the public, y'all like the groupies. So they know y'all gonna go with whatever because y'all want to be down. And so if this star say this, you get it? If this popular podcast say that, then you get it? It's a swaying y'all minds game at the end of the day. And you see where it's swaying y'all. Y'all out here getting killed, getting angrier. It's like promoting arguing. So y'all watch a lot of arguing and negative topics on these podcasts. Then y'all put in y'all mind like if y'all was there and what y'all would say, then y'all be arguing in y'all own head. Then you might like have the convo with your buddy. Now you and this nigga arguing because y'all was watching these niggas online have a debate arguing and shit. Now you at the crib arguing with niggas. It's like deep psychology. And so it's putting y'all all on a certain vibration emotionally. That's one thing it's doing. Breaking y'all down emotionally. Breaking y'all common sense mind down. The dog eat dog thing gonna always be there. Meaning y'all gonna always compete against each other. And kill each other. Because of y'all desperation to like have a lot of things. And so try and grasp. If y'all have any questions, ask. I'm about to slide out. Dinner time. A little oxtail, some macaroni, yams. You know my favorite. A little peanut punch. It's gonna be good. Don't even worry about it. Try and grasp. Keep your core strong. Now, I'm gonna say one more thing before I depart. Let me just find it. Oh, I think I said everything. No, there's something important I wanted to say to you guys. While the indigenous, native music is playing. I always try to explain to you guys that seeking out nationality. That nationality is made up, and it's made up in this way. Colonizers colonizers from a developed country come to undeveloped lands. In these lands you have your indigenous people. Not Native American, not Native Indian. You have your indigenous people, the true ones. They're unnamed because the place is not named. There's no streets. They do not live by civilization rules and ways. So they're unnamed. Usually they're naked. When colonizers come, these people got long cloths on. They may have bow and arrows, if anything, but for the most part, they're unnamed. They're naked and uncivilized. Colonizers come mixing, merging with these people. Then you get your mixed generation. Meaning the original indigenous people that were naked, the original indigenous people that were naked and uncivilized. Then you have the white colonizers, and then you have the mixed breed that comes after. You follow? The mixed breed that comes after, of course, the colonizers is now in power, so the mixed breeds that come after, they become your native tribes. We can use America, but this is in any place. So let's say in America. Italy and Spain made it to Puerto Rico, DR, Haiti, that area. Italy and Spain made it over there. You had indigenous people running around there butt naked, unnamed. Italy and Spain mixed and merged with these people, and the descendants to come from that merging were called Tainos. A lot of y'all lost. You say, no, Tainos is the indigenous people. No, Tainos is the descendants after the mixing and merging, like Italian or Taliano, like the bread. Taino, Taliano. It comes from that. You get my point? Meaning they're half European and they're half black. Of course, the indigenous people, they're going to always be labeled as African. You get it? Meaning they have no label, but they're going to be labeled as like an African. That's to say like dark-skinned, coarse hair. You get my point? Now, these indigenous people can be native to America, never been to Africa a day in their life. You have indigenous people on every continent. And, they range in color, but you get my point? They're uncivilized. Some of them fall into that, what is it called? African, not mongoloid. Got classifications for like European people, Asian people, and African people, but this is not to say like Asia, Africa, and Europe. This is just areas we have to give you a perspective. So, you get my point? African is to say like, features. Like dark, coarse hair, wide nose, big lips. Now, I'm not saying that's how the indigenous people in America look. Of course, they said that they look like copper, which is like my complexion, like a bronze. You get my point? Like a bronze. Some was even dark black, because they said some of them was olive. That's black. From bronze to olive. And so these indigenous people were unnamed, uncivilized, mixed and merged with the colonizers coming from Italy and Spain. The mixed breed generation from that merging, this is your Tainos. Of course, the original indigenous people are killed off and pushed off to the outskirts. And then the Tainos are viewed as the natives to the land, the originals that was there when the colonizers come, but they're the offspring of the colonizers and the indigenous as well. And so now they're viewed as natives, even though they're not the natives. They're the mixed breed after. If you're lost and you say, no, the Tainos were the indigenous, they say all Tainos either got African ancestry or European ancestry, meaning they're mixed. An indigenous person of a land ain't gonna be mixed with nothing. They're gonna be indigenous. Their blood group ain't gonna even fall into our four categories. They're gonna be strange. That's all indigenous people. Your uncontacted people of the forest. They genetics ain't got shit to do with ours till the mix and merging, but you get it? And a lot of times they die off in that way. Meaning them just coming into contact with civilized people kill them off. They get like swine flu and shit. Polio, anything. Civilized man is filthy. So it's deep. He got a lot of disease. He's a germ cell. His lands was colonized by germ man. So like, it's a germ thing. This is how I was trying to explain to y'all, like, Ashkenazi Jews are Nazis, blood. Y'all crazy. The Nazis tricked the fuck out of y'all. You got Nazi Germans, this Hitler now. Nazis from Germany. You got Ashkenazi Jews. They wear the payo. The long sideburns. Ashkenazi. These Jews, they're German. You get my point? Meaning the Jews with the side locks that y'all call Jews, these white people, they have German genetics. They just refer to themselves as Jew. Anybody can refer to themselves as a Jew because a Jew is an ethno-religious group. You get my point? That's why some black people say they Jews, Ethiopians, anybody. It's a nationality based on a religion. It's not necessarily a real nationality. It's just a nationality based off a belief system. You get my point? And so a Jew is really a German, meaning the ones with the side locks, they Germans. Y'all have eyes, y'all see them. And so you have to grasp. Y'all believe Hitler and them slaughtered and Holocaust the Jews. But like I said, they tricked y'all, man. Like, Germans is Jews now. They wear side locks. They keep the Nazi in the name. An Ashkenazi Jew speak Yiddish. This is ancient Hebrew, Aramaic, or Arabic, but in the German dialect. That's to say, like, they speak Arabic in a German, with a German accent. And so it sounds so strange, like a Puerto Rican speaking English that just got off the boat. You sound like Jocelyn and Cardi B. Well, you like, that shit sounds strange. They speak, they speak immigrant English. Well, it's English, but the accent is heavy, baby. That's what Yiddish is. Basically, somebody speaking Arabic with a German heavy accent. This is what your Ashkenazi Jews speak. Speak German too, but you get my point? It's like I try to tell y'all. Your ancient German race that believed in the Kabbalah magic, so they traveled to those areas in the past, mixed in words with the indigenous people there. This is how you get your Israelites, which is just to say your Israeli Arab people, meaning an Israelite just the Arab, an Israeli. Israelite, Israeli. I'll just drop the T and the E, I suppose. I'm not sure why, but the Bible's talking about that area, so you don't got to get confused and say, no, 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 Israelites are black. The Bible talking about the Middle East area to say Israelite. We got Israelis in the day. You know what that is. Cut it out. You get my point? The mixing and merging of these Jews that brought their Kabbalah magic to that area, mixed and merged with the people. Like I said, the mixed merged generation, meaning the mixed breed descendants, they're labeled as Israelites. You get my point? Over time, new colonizers come and white, mix and merge with the Israelites. That's how you get Jews. Meaning the Jew ain't nothing but an Arab, half Arab, half German. Next time you see a sidelock head, no disrespect, a Jew, you tell me he don't look like an Arab to you. That's half white. A Jew don't look like a half white Arab? Meaning half white, half Arab? That part. So that's what the Hitler thing was about. Like, hold the fuck up, man. They stole the glory, blood. They half breeds, but they like, they got the dome of the rock, baby. Like, so, you feel me? It's deep, but it's a trick. Like, ain't no Jew. That come from YHWH. which is what the Kabbalah magic is based around. YHWH, that's pronounced you. Not Yahashua and all that dumb shit. It's pronounced you without the vowels. This is why it's Jewish or Jewish. You get my point? It's a Jewish thing. And so they're taking the Kabbalah magic, which is not a religion. It's the explanation of the creation of life, your divine aspect of life, which is the YHWH. You get it? The beginnings of life, so to say. And then all the recipes of alchemy. This is coming from your 10 Sephiroth or your 10 sounds, lights. Meaning you have 10 Sephiroth, Chakma, Bina, I forget all the names. Each name of each chakra, each name of each Sephiroth is a word to describe the sound that it is. This way you get your vowels. You get it? And so from those vowels in your consonants, you can create a language. So this race of people's coming to the Middle East with the Kabbalah magic. You get it? Gematria, nigga. Ancient geometry. They made the whole system, they make the whole curriculum, the language, the curriculum, all off the Kabbalah magic, all off the vowels, meaning the 10 Sephiroth, your 10 sounds that manifest into your divine substance. You get my point? The divine substance is the YHWH, but when you're speaking on the Kabbalah magic, so this all lies with the 10 Sephiroth. You get my point? And so they create the religion based around the YHWH. This is what y'all call Jesus. It's pronounced you. No vowels. You. YW. You. I'm sorry. YH. Yeah. WH. You. Simple. That's how you get Jewish or Jewish people, because they believe in the divine substance, the YHWH. The Kabbalah magic is fashioned around all of this. Of course, that white substance, which is semen, your YHWH, manifest from nowhere. Like, it's a variety of different substances mixed and merged together. This is your alchemy that life do on its own. And so you get it? That substance consists of 10 Sephiroth, or 10 atoms merged together to create molecule or substance. You get it? Science. Ancient alchemy. So anytime you see substance, it's a matter of atoms being merged together. Atoms is just small lights within the airs that you don't see. You get it? And so you have your 10 Sephiroth, or your 10 spirits of Ein Sof in the Kabbalah knowledge. You have your 10 spirits of Ein Sof. View these 10 spirits as 10 atoms that come together to manifest a divine substance that we know is semen, and this divine substance becomes every person that you know, meaning it's the beginnings of a person. You get it? Before they're washed in the blood of the egg cell, menstrual cycle thing, you become dirty, now you're in flesh. But this is y'all in spirit, substance. You get it? Like I said, they used the 10 Sephiroth, the 10 sounds, to create the language and all the curriculum that they're going to put on whatever place they're going to colonize. You get my point? They colonized America. We could have just spoke like Italian and Spanish. They didn't have to make English. You get my point? Who was speaking English in 1492? Nobody. New place, New language. You get it? New sorcery. And so y'all get a whole new curriculum. Meaning, we ain't got the same curriculum as Chinese people. We ain't got the same curriculum that they might have over in Europe. You get my point? We got our own curriculum, meaning we got our own math system, our own reading system, our own language. This is all crafted from gematria, meaning when you're looking at gematria, this is ancient geometry. But this is before geometry, meaning geometry, the curriculum that is geometry, comes from gematria. Letters, numbers, all of this is coming from gematria and the ordering of it, you get it, as the language. You have the language, but now you have to write it out. You get my point? Meaning y'all learn how to speak as babies before y'all learn how to write. Man can learn how to talk before he have a writing system that go with his words and shit. So all of this has to be created. So the colonizers are coming, they putting the Kabbalah, they putting the Kabbalah magic on the whole area. This is how they rule over the indigenous people because they don't know shit. They uncivilized. And so they put the Kabbalah magic on them. That's the language. The language got the belief system, the law system. You get it? And the whole shebang. They got the curriculum. Now all they got to do is develop the lands, build the schools, build all the institutions. Institutionalized. They build all the institutions, the school institutions, prison institutions, and y'all live the whole shebang. If you lost, Kabbalah magic is your ancient shepherd king wisdom. It's the divine knowledge of how one can rule a whole world. This ain't no game shit. This is what Hitler was fighting for. I need that blood. What the fuck? These niggas run the whole world with they fucking magic. That's why I say when y'all believe in the Bible and shit, y'all believing in this shit go deep. I'm gonna have to break down the whole Kabbalah for y'all so y'all can see like, oh shit, he dead fucking right. That's why I said when you're dealing with alchemy or sorcery, it start with your airs. This is your sounds and smells. Your sounds are going to create your language, meaning chemistry. Mixing and merging different sounds is how you get words. Boom. That's going to flip the mind. And now I can control what you say and shit. I always know what you saying and how you thinking. Y'all thoughts coincide with y'all language. Y'all don't think in a different language. If I made the language, I control the flow of things. And so, if you Arabic, you have Islam. If you speak English, you got Christianity. But like I said, the belief system gonna come with, it's gonna come with the language, peace and wisdom. And so, your ancient Jewish people, they believe in YHWH. They know the Kabbalah magic. They put it on whatever area they colonize in. And so this wisdom is used to create the language, the religious belief system that y'all live by. You get my point? Meaning Judaism. This is really Judaism. Like Yiddish, Judaism. Like y'all say, there was no J's in the past, or J's was silent in the past. So then Judaism, if you remove the J, would be like Judaism. It's like I said, they Jewish. YHWH. You. They belief fall under that. YHWH. Not in the way y'all have it. We're like, oh, Jesus gonna come save us. Y'all are that's why I say it's a sacrifice party. The whole area is sacrifices shepherd king wisdom, the divine understanding of how one can rule a whole life. With the Kabbalah sorcery, which is everything that y'all live by. The zodiac, how y'all live by, like, this shit goes so deep. But the whole orders, they put those whole orders on whatever area is being colonized, and this is how they rule over that place. And so, in the past, it was brought to the Middle East. This is how you get Your Arabs. And this is how Israelites became Jews. That's why you read in the Bible, then they stopped talking about Hebrew Israelites, and it's like they just became Jews out the blue. It's like I said, when the colonizer race come, after the Israelites already, you get it? Because the Israelites, or the Israelis, they just half Caucasian race and half indigenous people that were there, that was unnamed and civilized. Kind of like I explained with the Tainos. The Tainos is not the original indigenous people. Y'all keep giving the glory to the half-breed offsprings. You get my point? In that, if you black, you kind of fuck yourself over. In the indigenous, because the half-breed offsprings already got the glory. Meaning if you Dominican, you got the Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans is basically Tainos. You get my point? Meaning they half what the indigenous people was here and half Spanish. Or technically, a Dominican person would be like half native indigenous person and half Spanish. You get my point? And so a Taino got that same description, meaning y'all are Tainos. Mixed breeds. But you had the originals. And so it's the same, on this side. You got all the Native American reserves, Native American with the Indians. But they are half breeds, meaning they are half European and half whatever the indigenous people in this area was. They not full-blooded what was here when the colonizers came. They the mixed breed offspring, that's why they get the reserves. You got people like black people like me. That part. I ain't really got no European. I may be told that because my people was on a certain plantation, and so they took the plantation master's last name. In that we believe like, no, we got the same blood too. Hell no. Most black people you see running around, they are literally the real indigenous people that were here with clothes on and shit. You get it? They're supposed to be our reservations. But the half breeds are there, they get the full glory. Like, they the Native Americans, and we just some new shit called black. Some new shit called African American they made up. Mind you, we been here. How everybody get a nationality but us? Because like I said, the original indigenous people, they get kicked to the fucking side or murdered. And then the half-breeds become the natives. They get all the glory. You get it? The European colonizers that came to begin with, they still got the glory. And the originals is kicked to the side. To later on having to try to find themselves to fit into some nationality that already exists. And so this is what y'all do. Y'all say, man, we got to find a nationality to be down with. And this comes from the past. Meaning, if you really believe, man, it was a time where y'all couldn't even have a nationality. You get my point? Meaning when y'all like reach for nationality, you're talking about like, I'm down with this Cherokee tribe. Man, it was a time where a black motherfucker couldn't have been a part of no tribe. You couldn't be a part of no nationality. You just a pygmy nigga. That mean you just a short ass indigenous nigga that run around butt naked and you don't know nothing about civilization. Cause during them times you still had the original indigenous people here. They butt naked, uncivilized, they don't know nothing. They like 3'6", 4'2". This our ancestors. They don't know nothing about civilization or this weird shit that they bring in here. You got the mixed breeds that come from them and the Europeans here at that time too. You get my point? And so you have that confusion. The originals, the mixed breeds, which is getting all the glory, at that time they fighting one another. Of course they got white chiefs over their tribes, because they the mixed breeds. You get my point? And then you got new European forces coming in. And so you got these tribes fighting one another for power. They're mixed breeds. That's what Europeans do, fight each other. You get my point? Hitler gonna holocaust other white people. White people gonna fight over America when they first colonized it. That's just what white people do. They like to fight each other. Y'all adopt that shit from them. Then y'all get all the glory for it though. Like, man, all black people do is kill each other. Man, y'all got that shit from white people. Don't nobody learn that shit till white people come to their lands. And that's what white people do to each other. They fucking kill each other. They don't care. Like, before they kill black people, they used to kill their own selves. For practice, nigga. Like, this shit go deep. Like, I hope nobody getting offended. But I'm trying to pay. Can I please get a little give back? You know, y'all can click the description arrow. Because I'm sure going to need it to buy some security and shit. I'm trying not to say too much. I'm trying to speak fast through it, and you know, I won't need some security if I go all the way. Meaning I can explain to y'all the Kabbalah magic and exactly how it's applied on each people. But like I said, this shit go deep. I need a little give backs. I need some security. Get it? If you got some, I need a place I can hide. After I give y'all this shit unfiltered, cause I know this shit for real. Like, the Jews is cold blooded. Like, they tricked off. They put Kabbalah on everybody. Y'all live under Kabbalah magic right now. And the Jews put everybody on that shit. They created the 3 religions. This shit go deep. I'm gonna just shut up. But hopefully some of y'all are grasping, and that's why I always say we got to come together and find our own lands. Otherwise, we fuck generation after generation. It's mind game stuff that I really can't explain online. I'll have to do an in-person lecture, and then y'all will have to like come. Somebody will have to throw it, because I ain't really familiar with all of that. But there's no way I could do this video online, like really explaining to y'all how the Kabbalah magic work, in, you know, the alchemy of the sounds and the alchemy of the smells. This is your beginnings. From there, you got substance. Now you can mix and merge these substances to create everything from the alcohol y'all got, the drugs y'all got, to virus, all that. Because beer will give y'all liquor poisoning. I mean, beer will give y'all liver cancer. That's a disease from the substance. So, alchemy or sorcery is a real thing, but y'all don't understand it. It's like a higher level scientist. Y'all notice when I be explaining science, it's like, damn, this nigga knows science a little better than our scientists. It makes sense. A sorcerer is like a higher, meaning I know sorcery. So science is stupid. You get it? It's just curriculum. You get I'm trying to explain it to y'all. Y'all think science is deep, like the shit y'all learn in school is just curriculum, like a game made out of a greater thing, like sorcery being that greater thing. So in the past you had wizards and sorcerers, mages. This is a magician. They understand alchemy. You get my point? If you lost, the mixing and merging of metals is how y'all cities get lit up. It's all alchemy. You get it? Copper wire, nickel wire. Now you can conduct energy. They opposites. You mixing them. You get my point? You got a big ass Cuban link on your neck? That's alchemy. Let's say it's 18 karat gold. So it's like 70% gold and 30% metal alloy to make it hard and shiny. Otherwise, gold don't look that beautiful. You get it? So the jewelry game is a game of alchemy. Electricity, energy game that we live in. It's a game of alchemy, mixing and merging your metals to conduct energy. Everything is sorcery. I don't think y'all understand what I'm doing when I be breaking this down for y'all. You're not going to find another sorcerer in the daytime. You just going to find a person that went to school that know curriculum. You get my point? They don't know it real. Like, they know H2O, like 2 hydrogen atoms mixed together get you 2 oxygen atoms. But you like, where's the atoms at? Like, I want to do it myself. They don't know what to tell you from there. Their curriculum don't tell them that. It just gives them like a formula. Now I'm a sorcerer, so you ask me, okay, Solid, so where do I get these 2 hydrogen atoms? Atoms are within the air. Your breath is air. There's atoms everywhere. Take your hot, warm breath and blow it into the cool atmosphere. Put a napkin or something over your mouth so you can catch it. The napkin will become moist. You're creating H2O. Hot air meeting cool air. You got your atoms within both, or your hydrogen and your oxygen within both. You get it? Meaning your atoms, they all in the air. You gotta understand that. Meaning I don't have to give you 2 atoms, say, look, 2 hydrogen. Your breath got the atoms in it. Like that. Now think if you in science school, no science teacher ever told you that. I'm sure you was thinking to yourself, how can I put 2 hydrogen atoms and 2 oxygen atoms together right now myself to see? They can't tell you how to do that. Because they know curriculum, meaning they know words. They don't know how to do it for real. Like, you know, they don't know what substance mixed with what substance going to create this virus or this cure for it. You don't have no clue. That part. They know how to pass a test. And so, y'all got top level sorcery on y'all. Like, I'm impressed. Like I said in the last video, Merlin himself. Merlin himself must have got y'all. Said, bro, bring the mind of Cassidy mixed with Rakim. Peace and wisdom. I'll stay saying I look like Cassidy. Shit is starting to get insulting, blood. I'm sex symbol Solace, my nigga. In real life, I'm light skinned, meaning me and Cassidy don't even have the same description. What are y'all? I must look different. I don't know. Like, I'm light skinned. I got like hazel brown eyes. What the fuck do me and Cassidy got in person? A lot of y'all think that's a lie. I got colorful eyes. Let me put this light on. Should be changing colors on this. Oh, they not that colorful today. They're like a brownish reddish. We don't look alike. Trust me. Cassidy's like 5'9". I'm like 5'5" or some shit. I'm hella diesel. Cassidy all skinny. Some of y'all like, nah nigga, nah this is where you lying. Now you're lying, nigga. Both of y'all niggas is skinny. Now y'all know me, I'm cock fucking diesel. Cassidy ain't. Get off that. I'm sex symbol Solace, pretty F.A. Big O said. Mr. My dick's bigger than y'all's. Let me stop. I gotta get out of here if I say the wrong thing. But y'all, you know, lock these jewels in your heads. Big O said. Prepare the champagne glasses. Get the condoms. Prepare the virgins. Big O says it. It's going down. Now, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Give back. Visit the website. Like I said, it goes deeper, but I don't want to get my channel shut down too early. And so hopefully y'all grasp, y'all got top level sorcery on y'all. If you black, try to stay away from claiming native indigenous tribes. Learn about the true indigenous people. They're uncivilized. They're before that. They're the ones that's truly supposed to have rights to the land. And this is who we descend from directly. You not no native Indian, you not Cherokee, you not none of that. That come after. And yes, we had to try to like fit into that or we wouldn't have no rights. You get my point? Meaning y'all gotta say y'all African American or something or y'all won't have no rights today. But y'all still confused on what y'all are. But y'all do subscribe to something just for, you get it, work purposes. It's like that in the past. They building up the system. You got all these new nationalities, in which would have been tribes at that point. Cause you get it, tribes and villages is going to evolve into cities and nationalities. But they got to start somewhere. So at first you got your little village and the tribe, and the tribe gonna have the same name as the village. You get my point? Then you're gonna have the true indigenous people that ain't allowed in the village or the tribe. You get my point? Like that. Now, as time passes and all you got is villages and tribes mostly everywhere, like how in the daytime all you got is towns and cities everywhere, ain't that much forest land for somebody to like an indigenous person to do their thing. And so when you get to the point where it's so many villages and tribes, now the true indigenous people that's living in the forest running around damn near half butt naked, they gotta try to be a part of some tribe some kind of way. Or either get on a plantation. That's how most of us end up on plantations. Tribes ain't taking no pygmies, meaning they ain't taking no true indigenous people, which is short black pygmies, true natives of the land. They ain't accepting them in a tribe. So then we find ourselves on plantations. Why? Because we could work on a plantation and they'll feed us and shit. And that we get to get some rights. They done took up all the space. You got village and tribes everywhere. These indigenous people ain't got nowhere to eat, grow, forget grow. They food naturally grow in the forest. That's being chopped down. So they don't got no way to eat. They not civilized enough to know how to grow and all of that. Like I said, this was the rainforest first. So the life take care of all of that growing and shit. They just go get their food off the tree. They don't know agriculture. They don't need to know agriculture. You get it? Until men start colonizing and developing up the land, you don't need to know agriculture. The rainforest cover all that. Meaning the rainforest makes sure food keep popping up on the tree. And so they don't know nothing. That part. And so now they gotta be a part of a village or a plantation if they want to eat. Then when you get closer to the 1900s, all you got is nationalities and shit like that and city law and rule. If you ain't got no goddamn tribe that you a part of, or nationality that you a part of, you won't be working, getting no money, eating nothing. So a lot of our people had to fall into a tribe. You get it? Either Cherokee, whatever. Whatever tribe was in the area. Meaning whatever village and tribe developed up in the area, which would have been forest land prior, they gotta come up under that. It's like all the indigenous people that was in the Puerto Rican area when Christopher Columbus and them came, meaning the Spanish came. So they claimed Puerto Rico. They claimed to be what he named the place. Other than that, what else are they gonna say? I'm nobody, just a regular person that was here first. That ain't gonna get you no rights. You get it? Meaning if we could try it now and be like, we the original indigenous people that was here. Wouldn't matter. You need a name. You need to be registered. We live by those orders. Tricks, nigga. And so you get it? If you black, try to restrain from that. If you Dominican, Haitian, try to restrain from pulling for the Native American tribes, all the Tainos and all of that. Mixed people. You can look up Taino right now. They half African, that's to say they half indigenous people of that land, and half Spanish and European. Meaning they mixed exactly like I said. An indigenous person wouldn't be mixed. They'd be full blood native of that land. And their blood wouldn't mix and mingle with ours. It wouldn't even be the same. You get it? It wouldn't even fall into the same four categories I do. Ours do. And so this go real deep, but like I said, I don't want to go too deep and get myself shut down too fast. New Natural TV. There you go, champ. Ain't all about no bags unless you know what you're gonna do with the bag. And what you're gonna do gonna be of good service to self and others to benefit off of. You get my point? And so I try to think in that mindset, but I'm working until I get y'all support, I suppose. He said, we not talking about looks. Salam, shalom, peace and wisdom. Priest King said, he making this stuff up. It's sad how people chase a wave. Indians are the wave and he chasing. Stupid nigga, he don't even know what I'm talking about. You see how people be so dumb? They comment and hear in reverse. I'll say it again. If you black, don't pull for the Indian tribes. You got your indigenous people that predate them. This stupid Frank in the mouth. You could fit 2 Franks in your mouth with the bun at the same time, right? Let me know. Because you sucking dick. Like, you can't just come in sucking dick off jump. 2 dicks in your mouth with the buns. I bet you can. I bet you if I ask you right in the middle of a conversation and you don't realize it, I'll be like, how many Franks can you fit in your mouth? I bet you be like, 2. You spicy. Get out of here, Frank boy. Sucking dick, talking about no hands, mama. I know your type, nigga. Out here sucking dick, putting 2 Franks in your mouth, talking about, look, ma, no hands. This ain't the dick sucking channel. I don't play games. Stop bothering me, please. Come in here, humbled out. Everything I say is true. I don't make up nothing. I give y'all all a real life reference I can. And so, don't bother me. I won't bother you back. I'm wise, but I ain't goofy. So if you want to have a snap out, you gonna fucking lose. Y'all too goofy in the daytime. Y'all be sucking. Be eating 2 Franks at once. With the bun. You know how talented you gotta be? The niggas out here sick. But in any event, it's your main man Pretty Hefe. Sex and Musalas. I'ma slide on out of here. Salam, shalom.